It is so hot. I cannot get over it. It's like 105 degrees where I am. It's nuts. Anyway, I didn't even blow dry my hair because it was so hot. All right, so today's video I had to do was about Real Housewives of Orange County. I've been sort of meaning to do this one. So you know how there's been all this discussion about the fact that Jennifer Pedranti's man, Ryan, supposedly was throwing himself in a way at Tamra. And then Jennifer Pedranti says, well, Tamra, you were sort of throwing yourself at him too. And that is kind of a point of contention or hypocrisy between the two women. But what really struck me is you guys have heard the gossip, right? Kelly Dodd said that she believes that Tamra is a swinger. So this intrigued me because I had heard people going to Kelly's parties before and running into people who swing. So I was like, oh, maybe in the old days I knew a bunch of swingers in entertainment industry, but I was like, maybe it's gotten a lot more predominant these days in LA and Hollywood. You know, people are more open and accepting about this kind of lifestyle. By the way, not for me. I'm such a prude. But, you know, to each their own. So this kind of lends some credibility to me regarding Kelly Dodd's statement. Like maybe she has heard something that this is true about Tamra and Eddie. Now this would explain a lot, right? Because what if Tamra and Eddie had like sort of, you know, played around with the idea of swinging with Jennifer Pedranti and her man Ryan, which is where this contention comes from, but no one's bringing up the swinging part of it. And maybe the secret is actually that and not so much a personal thing between the two women. That's what I was thinking, by the way. So I wanted to share that thought with you first and foremost. So now quickly, I just want to remind you that I dropped today an episode that has all the gossip that you could ever want and desire. You see at episode 142, Nene's secret message to Andy Cohen, Erica Girardi's unknown Vegas ties, Tom Sandoval's new squeeze, and Vanderpump season 11 spoilers. Also, did you know Portia Williams had a sex tape? And do you know that I know what really happened with Kevin Costner in his divorce with his wife? That's in episode 141 with Kevin Blatt. And then, of course, Heather Thompson came on and did a really fun show with me, episode 140. You should go into the Patreon and listen to the whole episode, or I did release some big pieces of these for you to listen to on all listening platforms, except for episode 141. I only did like 12 minutes of that one because it was just so scandalous. So what did you guys think of Ryan's response in the scene where they call him out on all the cheating rumors? I'm curious. This is Daily Mail's summary of it. He admits that he cheated on his ex-wife many times, but insisted he did not cheat on Jennifer, insisting they were on a break when he slept with other women, though Jennifer thinks she was cheated on. Ryan also denied saying that he wanted to FUCK Tamra Judge when he saw her at the gym she and Eddie owns, insisting Heather Amin blew things out of proportion. And then Eddie starts asking Ryan questions, you know, basically saying, don't blame me. I heard all these bad things about you, and I had to say them on this national TV show because otherwise Tamra may lose her job and we won't have any money because my gym's dead. But I do have my CBD business, but I'm not sure how much I'm selling of that really. I'm sorry. That was my internal thought. Okay. Eddie says, I want to address just some rumors so that way we can just squash them. Did you cheat on your wife? Eddie says, I did multiple times. As Eddie adds, you did. Okay. So then Eddie says, so you're saying Heather is the one telling lies? And Shannon claps in and says, Heather doesn't lie. Okay, so there's, I think, a typo in here, but I'll explain it. So Eddie says, I want to address some rumors so that way we can squash them. Did you cheat on your wife? And Eddie says, I did multiple times. But I think what they meant to say was Ryan says, I did multiple times. As Eddie adds, you did? Okay, so that generally makes you a cheater, right? That puts you a cheater label. And when you walk into my gym and Heather heard you say you want to FUCK my wife, did you say that or not? You know what I will say? Absolutely, I did not. And I will be honest with you. She called me and said, oh, Tamra was talking about you on the treadmill. Tamra says you're hot. Tamra says this. Tamra said that. Please just let me finish. We had a good laugh. And you know what I said? Tamra's hot. That's it. End of story. So I guess Shannon and Heather are friends. Anyway, where the hell is Heather in all this? Like, how annoying. Okay, so Tamra asked, so what's next for you guys? Trips, plans, marriage, moving in together, anything like that? Ryan says definitely, and Tamra asked definitely what? Which part? I asked 3 questions. There's all of the above, he says. Engagement, marriage, Bahamas, and everything in between. Ryan says, as Tamra asks, oh, so you want to get married? So Tamra's trying to push it. Ryan confidently states, oh, we will definitely get married, as Tamra says in confession. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not even going to be invited to that wedding. I wouldn't invite you either, Tamra. Tamra tells Jennifer, you have to get divorced first, as Tamra laughs and says, yeah, I know, there's that, as they all toast together. Because everybody, feels like this relationship really happened during the marriage. That's the inside thing there. Then Tamra jokes, might be hard for Jen to find bridesmaids for her wedding that Ryan hasn't effed. But these women may have started out as friends, but they are no longer friends. That's for sure. And the show does this with everyone. They ruin everybody's friendships. Now, you noticed that I put on the thumbnail Emily Simpson's front. Now, I want to say a few things about Emily Simpson. Number 1, I think she looks great. Congratulations on the liposuction and the success of Ozempic and using it as a leap board to get back in the gym and really change your body, which she did. And it's very impressive and she looks great. But I do want to say that I've heard very negative things about Emily in real life. I've heard that she pretends to be one way with people and very nice and this and that, but then she is behind their back, she does the other. And so it makes it really difficult to be real friends with Emily. I've also had Emily attack me over my $25,000 sunglasses, which was so random on her social media one day. I don't even know what the hell triggered it. But needless to say, I, after that, wasn't that pleased with Emily because, what the hell do I have to do with her? Anyway, when I think of an iconic moment within her career of like 7 seasons on Real Housewives of Orange County, I'll make sure I make fun of it. But I haven't thought of one yet. No, couldn't think of an iconic moment. I'll keep thinking though. Oh, look, here's an example from the Patreon. So Emily used to throw parties for Tamra before she got on the show. They knew each other because of Emily's party business. She does a great job. Anyway, Tamra used to throw so much shade about Emily's weight, how she never brought anything to the show. She was gunning to get Emily fired off the show. Emily knows Tamra was the reason she got on the show, but always would constantly say how Tamra was not trustworthy, how she's a mean girl, and how she never liked her. Because I've had actual conversations with Emily, I know she doesn't like her, but for some reason she blows wherever the wind blows to stay on the show. Many past cast don't get why she's still there with no memorable moments. In her defense, I do think she's relatable to the viewers, but from past experience, she, Emily, drops people like hotcakes. It's so disgusting. Turns out she's the mean girl she claims everyone else to be. Funny that. Oh, look, my hair's all dry now. So Vicki makes her return on The Real Housewives of Orange County, and the fans surprisingly weren't as supportive as I thought they were going to be. The 3 amigos are, actively trying to sort of re-cement themselves on the show. Again, they've been touring and doing like appearances together and stuff like that. It was surprising to me that Vicki wasn't better received, but I guess it'll take a minute for the fans to warm up to the idea again. Here's a grab of a few comments that, kind of was a mix. Vicki is an all-star. I feel like my life could have gone on without her. I agree with all the comments. I'm so tired of the ridiculous screaming and fake acting. Andy, it would be nice if you did what you did with New York. Extremely unnecessary. So anyway, there you go. Now, do I think that Vicki is going to be a full-time housewife next season? I really don't know. Andy's contracts are so different now. I mean, he can basically just pay someone, based on their appearances in the final edit at this point without a bigger commitment. So I don't know if he needs to bring Vicki back as a full-time housewife. I definitely think she's here to stay on the show for a while. All right, you guys, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I'm going to be dropping videos at weird times because I'm working so much right now. Oh my God, I need to put one of those eye things on every day now, every day as I get older. All right, you guys. Oh, by the way, I'm down only 3 pounds to my goal weight. I've lost like 16 pounds. Woo-hoo-hoo. So it would appear Ryan loves being on the show and being, the OC stud of all time. What do you think about Ryan and Jennifer Pedranti? Will they last? Do you want Vicki to stay on the show? Are you excited about that? And I suppose lastly, how do you feel about Tamra, Heather Amin, who we don't see on the show, who's now like a lead character, but not on the show, and Jennifer Pedranti's drama. What do you think about the swinging rumors? Tell me it all. I'm dying. I'll read the comments.